get in trouble, get caught doing something they shouldn't, or embarrassed in any way, that's a good day for me or for you. It's which is perfect.
Yeah.
I won't help you out in any situation other than violent. Like if anybody fucks you, then I'll fuck them up. That kind of thing. But if you get caught doing something, I'm not gonna help you. I'm just gonna stand back and watch, which I think is the sign of a great friendship. So.
Yeah. Well, which just to go dive further back into that is that's exactly what you did in Peru when you hid our stuff from me, making me think that somebody came in and swiped everything.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's a good friend right there.
Yeah.
But you handled business.
Let's move past that.
Yeah, move past that.
Let's move past it.
So got past it. Went out to this little lookout point. It was kind of a dead end. So we ended up doubling back. I believe we doubled back.
Yeah, but it was a good moment because we were on our way out and the sun was setting, and there was so much pollution in China. I mean, there is still, I guess. I mean, China. That it makes for great sunsets. I mean, it really does.
Yeah.
So I think we were so fucking beat and jet lagged that we just napped on the side of this trail. Remember where that monument was, and we're just like, we didn't plan it. We're starting to watch the sunset, and then we both fell asleep.
Yeah,
and then it was dark when we woke up.
That's right. Yeah,
and that was. Shit, we should probably get out of here.
Yeah. So, but before, we hit that. We doubled back, and we found. Do you remember where we went? We had an impromptu swimming session.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
Yes,
so that happened before that. Yeah. So when we doubled back, we found, we went out to this one lookout. It was great. Like, all right, a dead end. We have to go back and actually hit the trailhead. And through that, we found this little private, it wasn't a private beach. It was just like a beach that popped up out of nowhere.
Definitely not private. And I would like to tell the story from the vision of all the little school children that were playing on the beach.
Yes. I was hoping you'd say that.
Yeah. Well, it was strange because if you were looking through their eyes, you would see two 20-something white males in their underwear, basically frolicking in the
into the ocean.
Indian Ocean? Is that the Indian Ocean?
Is it?
Is it Pacific?
Let me fact check.
It's close.
It's one of them. It's one of the oceans.
No, it's the South China Sea, right?
Yeah.
I guess it's the South.
Yeah. I said the China Sea. It would be probably Sea.
Well, I mean, you're close enough. South China Sea. Yeah. I mean, we were just, I don't know. We were so exhausted from that hike that we're like, let's just go in the water.
Yep.
Thank God we didn't go like birthday suits because again, the children were there, and you always got to think of the children. So
you got to think of the children. So yeah, we went for a nice little swim. Got back on the trail, hiked back up to the trail. Yeah, made it to the end where we took a little bit of a nap, and then we woke up. We didn't have any flashlights, any headlamps. We had our phone lights, but
I don't know if I had that. I don't think my phone had a flashlight
at the
back
time.
then. I don't think so.
Well, either way, the sun was nearly setting. I want to say we had probably like. It had to have been like a 30 or 40 minute hike back. We ran back. I do remember running back, but it was we hit the trailhead. It was dark. The sun had fully set and it was dark by the time we got into civilization, which could have been an interesting situation had we gotten entirely lost in the dark on some hillside in Hong Kong.
Real quick, we need to backtrack real quick.
Okay.
Something a pinnacle in my life. The genesis of a huge obsession in my life. The night after the pub crawl, aka the morning of the hike, I was hungover, just really hungover, very hungover, which seems to be a staple at least once in all of our trips. And I'm like, in the morning we got up and I'm like, Jordy, I just need noodles. Just give me Chinese noodles. That's all I want. Yeah. Some MSG for my fucked up head. Let me just find some place. And we were in this back alley somewhere in Kowloon, and there wasn't a sign for this restaurant. It was just I guess it was a neon sign. There was no lettering. And it was just a dragon. It was like a neon red and green dragon. And I'm like, let's just go in here. So we went in, and it was a ramen place.
Best ramen.
It was, and still is to this day, the best ramen I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
It was spicy, and I remember there was origami on the shelves, like handmade origami.
Yeah, a bunch of dinosaurs. A bunch of dinosaurs, 100%. I remember. Yeah.
Yep. And I said, give me the spicy shit you got. Like, I just need to sweat the booze out. I need to crap the booze out. Give me it all.
I do remember that. That's right. How did I forget that? Yeah. Best.
Yeah, one sec, Mikey. He's on a call right now. And just for anybody who's watching, I'm in Dirty Birds in San Diego. It's the best wings in Dirty Birds, or in San Diego. Best wings in the city. So we're doing this kind of a live stream from there. Anyway, I mean, if you remember me, I was sweating my balls off. It was so good, though. Like, that started my obsession with ramen. And since it's just only gotten bigger. But I look back on that morning as fucking great. It cured my hangover. We went on the hike. And then, came back later that night after the hike. And I don't remember much after that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think after that, that was pretty much it. Because it was so late by the time we got back. Did we? That might have been. Didn't we hang out with everybody at the hostel?
That sounds about right.
Was that you were playing that card game?
Oh, that's right. It was a liar's card game, which I loved.
I tapped out. But yeah.
So it was basically if you got the ace of spades. So we had like 12 people at the table at this hostel. And if you got the ace of spades, you were like the murderer or something like that. And then everybody got 3 rounds of questions. And then you would choose, in those 3 rounds, you would choose 3 people to ask them a question. And then you would have to evaluate if they were lying or not. So 3 rounds, 12 people, you got 36 questions. You can be like, okay, who's a liar? Which I loved because I got it right twice. I remember that. And then had this great conversation with this couple from Australia till like 4 a.m. It was like it was a late one.
Yeah, I had tapped out hours before.
Right.
Shortly, I want to say shortly after we got back, I was not able to keep going. But yeah, I know you had a good night. I remember trying to wake you up the next morning because that's when we had to catch our flight to Shanghai.
That sounds familiar.
Which is definitely, it wasn't the first time that I had to try and get you out of bed to catch a flight, and it probably won't be the last.
I guarantee it will not.
But that next morning, we had a little bit of time to kill. We went and grabbed breakfast. I don't know if you remember this, but we went we couldn't find a solid breakfast place. I remember we were struggling.
It's China. It's China. There's no solid breakfast. There's no American. I'll have the American breakfast.
Well, so it's funny you say that.
They don't do bacon and eggs, right? They do because
we found a place that had the American breakfast.
Oh, really?
And it was hot dogs and mac and cheese.
Yeah, come on.
That was breakfast. That was the American breakfast.
That's a gypsy breakfast. We all know.
Well,
that.
it was like said it was hot. It was sausage and noodles, and it came out as mac and cheese and hot dogs.
Yeah, I mean, shame on us for ordering sausage and noodles in the first place.
Yeah, you know? that one's on us for sure.
For sure.
But we so we had our American breakfast that was left to be desired, and then we headed to the airport to catch our flight.
Well,
to Shanghai.
let's elaborate on that. I don't know what a Chinese breakfast looks like. Tell me. Is it just more noodles and broth? Because I had some of that for the past 2 days. I
Yeah.
need like a breakfast. Do you have any kind of
And,
cereal or anything? Like, I don't know. There's,
oh,
I honestly believe, and this is kind of the same thing of what happened when I went to Thailand, is they have noodles for 3 meals a day, and they don't bat an eye.
I can't do it. I couldn't
They
do
don't.
it.
They don't care.
I need some. I
It's
need some
all
variety.
noodles. It's noodles and broth the whole way through, and you know, fuck your American breakfast. So that's why
Yeah.
it's so difficult to find that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we definitely didn't. Um, although I think in Shanghai we found something that offered a little bit more of a variety for food. Um, so we had our flight, a short flight, couple hours maybe, into Shanghai. Nothing too crazy. But again, I think that was like mid-afternoon or something. We checked into the probably one of the fanciest hotels that I've ever stayed in.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Um, and we did it for 2 nights, one night.
2 nights.
It was 2 nights. I don't remember the name of it, but it was
Oh,
some
it was called the Guang Tang Pai Hotel.
some ritzy hotel that overlooked the Bund, which is one of the rivers that runs through Shanghai.
Mm-hmm.
We were, I don't know, 30 floors up or something. We had an excellent view of the skyline of Shanghai.
That's
Um,
what I wanted, because if anybody hasn't been to Shanghai, it does offer, I would say, the best skyline I've ever seen, because it's so futuristic. I love Chicago as well, but yours is more, I don't know, classic. Theirs is definitely
yeah,
futuristic.
that's
Uh,
that's interesting that you bring that up because we had an argument about this. Do you remember? We
no.
argued. You don't. We argued about the skyline Chicago or the Chicago skyline versus Shanghai skyline.
Right, it's all
Um,
preference.
it is, and I like that you said that. Like Shanghai is definitely more futuristic. It's a lot of like it's not necessarily like sharp edges or anything like that, but it's very, you know what I mean. You've got a couple of like the weird, was it not the weird, but there's the news tower there, I think, a radio tower, a bunch of other like soft rounded edges and buildings and things with like tons of neon and just like light washes on everything. A lot of big old billboards and video screens. Very, yeah, like you said, very futuristic. Whereas Chicago is not, and that was something. If we had made that distinction back then, I would have been like, I totally see that difference. But I was adamant. Chicago skyline is better because it may be classic, but you compare apples and oranges, I think. So
Yeah,
I,
exactly.
I would I would if we were to relive that argument, I would probably redact it. And
Well, I mean, you like what you like, man. There's no shame in that.
yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, so real quick, we're running out of time here. I'm gonna end this video and then kick it back up again so we don't get booted off here. Okay.
Sounds
So
good.
if you're all wanting to listen to part two, we still have a lot left to go. So
Yes.
we'll be back here in just like a minute or two. Okay. Bye.
Welcome back, Dad.